Now. There we go. Every once in a while on my laptop, my microphone will just click off. I don't know why, but now we're good. How about now? Big day, you got me? There we go. There we go. Thank you. The service is a little slow today for my bucket of Modelo's. I'm surprised. You know, I have my bucket of Modelo's on Friday. Well, Messi says loud and clear, and the other guy says a little muffled. I'm not a microphone tech, dudes. Deal with it again or listen on the app. This is about as good as I can do. My son will tell me. Uh, Big D, how we sounding? Tell me I can make it better. Or is it all right, or does it sound like? Good enough. Slight distortion. How the F is there a slight distortion? I don't get that, buddy. Is this better? Thank you? Is this better? 1, 2, 3. Is this better? Out of the gate, JT, we're live from Top Golf in Las Vegas. How about that? Ready to roll today at one of my favorite locations. We're brought to you by Modelo. Modelo, proud partner of the show as we open it up here, and we're really, really, really excited to be here. They're bringing me over my bucket of Modelo. We love our bucket of Modelos on a Friday, and we're really excited to be here. So let's get rolling today. We got a lot to get to. Thank you very much. Look at this beautiful bucket of Modelo that they have for me, and an ice cold Modelo as we open this up here. So I hope everybody is excited. Come on out if you're in Vegas and see us here. And thanks again to the Black Hole, the super fans who are going to be coming by today, and everybody else. As we get you ready for the Raiders and the Titans coming up on Sunday, I think most people around the country would say that this is not must-see TV. You know what I mean? I think the rest of the country, when they see that game, are saying this is not must-see TV, or this is the stack of cards we were dealt. And the Raiders are going to have to figure out a way to win this game. This is as close to a must-win game that I have seen with the Raiders in their entire existence in Las Vegas. I repeat, this is one of the biggest must-win games that they've ever played in Las Vegas, Nevada, for a number of reasons. And they have to come out and they have to win the game. And it would be nice if they won the game going away. It'd be nice if they were able to get it done. But I would say you better win. I mean, you better win this game because there's nowhere to hide if the Raiders don't win this game. And that includes me. Not that I hide. You see me here every day. They're going to have to come out and find a way to put this game away and not give the Titans an opportunity to win. And I told you this a couple of days ago. This is the Titans Super Bowl. Reggie McKenzie, our former GM. Dave Ziegler, our former GM. You look at everybody, Bill Callahan, our former Super Bowl coach who coached and lost in the Super Bowl. His son is the head coach. He grew up the Raiders. Okay, there are individuals on the coaching staff who are able to coach with the Raiders. They're coming to Vegas. It's a business trip, but they're going to meet a lot of friends and probably have a dinner with a friend or two somewhere in Vegas, and they're looking to celebrate the same way the European Ryder Cup team celebrated on American soil. That's the best example I can give you of this. If Tennessee wins this game, they would be celebrating in our locker room in our building like they were the Euros at the Ryder Cup. And I'm not exaggerating here. So they need to get put down, and they need to be put down quickly. And the only way they're going to do that is if the Raiders play a good football game. And they're going to have to play a much better football game. I cannot recall, and the New England game was big. That was in the rain. And that was the opening day of the year. And that was not an easy place to play. Take a look at New England now. New England is a much improved team. But when I look at what's happening now with the Raiders, they've got to take one of the worst teams in football, and they're throwing us in that basket as one of the worst teams in football. And the Raiders have to say, no, we're not one of the worst teams in football. We're one of the teams right now in football that's not playing well, but we're going to show everybody that we're ready to pop in and do something special. So that's where I am today. I'm optimistic. That didn't sound very optimistic. They're shaking their heads here. That does not sound very optimistic, but I think the Raiders are going to win. I think the Raiders are going to come out and run the ball. And I think, as Our Lady of the Raider Nation knows, we got to win this game. We have to win this game. Señora's here. Gorilla Rilla's here. They know we have to win this game. There is no bleeping around with this one. Violator knows we have to win this game. There is no messing around with this game. This is all business. As they said in Oakland back in the day, this is town business. Take care of business, do what you have to do, and get this thing rolling. 702-365-9200. Some of my best friends in the Raider Nation are here. They just got here. And we have the Raider superfans in attendance. How nice is it that they come and support me? I really appreciate that. And they're here kind of working all week. And they're going to be here, and they're going to be here supporting Modelo and everybody else here. So come on out if you can. 702-365-9200. And I think the Raiders, today we're looking for the score. We've been really bad trying to predict the score of the Raider game. I'm going to get one from Gorilla Rilla coming up here in a minute. I'll go first. I think the Raiders win this game 28-17. That is as bold as I've been in months. I'm going 28. So we're getting over this baby we can't score 20 crap. 28 points. We hold them to under 20. 28-17 on a late touchdown in the fourth quarter to ice this game. We had an opportunity in the last game to ice the game and go up 9 points, and we checked down to Dante Thornton, and he dropped the ball. That wasn't a good thrown ball, and the game would have been over. That would have been a 9-point lead, and there was no way Chicago could come back. They physically and mentally couldn't come back from down 9. We let them hang around, and they won the game. So this game, you better put Cam Ward away. Because if Cam Ward has the ball, 1st and 10 on his own 30, he can go down the field and win the game. So that's going to be very important as we open it up. A couple of other keys to the game. Max Crosby is looking to dominate. How do I know this? I talked to Max. Max is looking to dominate this game. Currently, rookie Cam Ward is the most sacked quarterback in football with 19, and he hasn't played Max Crosby yet. Let that sink in. No player in the NFL has been sacked more than Cam Ward, and he hasn't been introduced to Max Crosby yet in the league. Max has got to get out of this game with 2. Max is going to have to get 2, and they got to be big, and they got to get the crowd going. So I think that's going to be very important. I also think that Geno Smith needs to have a great connection with Trey Tucker. What the hell's going on with Trey Tucker? Get him the ball more. Every time they throw it to him this year, it's a touchdown. What are we waiting on? Where is he in the passing game? If we're waiting for Dante Thornton and Jack Best to develop, let them develop in Henderson. Let Trey Tucker feast and let Trey Tucker play well in this game. He is a proven commodity so far this year. As I've told you now for months, I think the key to get the running game going is go 4 wide. Empty backfield with Ashton Genty. Make the safeties and the corners go to the far end of the field and have to pick up 2 players that run at 4.340. Trey Tucker and Dante Thornton, and have them both run deep goal routes down the sideline. And Geno's going to have to throw him 1 or 2 to keep him honest. If Geno's able to do that, I think the middle of the field will be open. We do not have an update just yet exactly on Brock Powers. I'll wait for one during the show to see what will happen there. I think Brock, if he comes back and plays, And another quick thing on this, too. For all the grown-ass men who are so scared and nervous, if Brock Bowers is cleared to play, he'll play. If he's not cleared to play, he won't play. I hear all these people saying, well, the Raiders will put him in harm's way, or the Raiders, it's nothing. If the team doctors and trainers say that Brock Bowers is available to play, they'll put a check next to his name and he'll play. That's it. There's no conspiracy theory about holding a player back. It's the NFL. If you're able to play, you go out and play. If you're not able to play, sit out another week and let's get ready for Kansas City. Also, in the monologue before Jesse Merrick joins us, I also think this team needs to have high intensity and physicality. They need to walk to the south end zone to Gorilla and the black hole and let everyone know they're going to be physical. They're going to be physical on the game. They're not there to bring two guys to every ball and make a tackle. They're there to bring 5 or 6 guys to the ball. Rod Woodson told me earlier this week on my podcast that I do with them Lay in the Wood that he leads the NFL all-time in fumble recoveries. Do you know that trivia question? It's Rod Woodson. He leads the NFL all-time in fumble recoveries. And he said he did that because he ran to the ball. He didn't sit there and watch his other teammates tackle. He went after the football at the line of scrimmage in the secondary, wherever he was. So why don't we do a little Rod Woodson and get to the football, everybody, and get everybody rolling here. So I think the physicality in this game is going to be really important. And then the final point here, wow, how bad has special teams been? I mean, you can't play any worse on special teams than this team has played in the last couple of weeks. Clean up your business. Okay, Michael Mayer wasn't able to block on the outside. Put someone there from Raheem Mostert to a backup tight end to a linebacker who can move his one foot and put a hand out and block someone off the edge. You're in the NFL. You don't have to wait to find a player to do that. Let's get someone who can do that. Hopefully Big Mike, who's been cleared to play, can get up there and get it done again. So that's all I got. I'd like to hear from you, 702-365-9200. Danny's working the show back at Lotus Broadcasting. Danny will take your phone calls if you want to get up here. He'll let me know down the line if you're on hold. The phone calls this week on a scale of 1 to 10 have been about a 3. They've been awful because no one's ready and everybody's down and depressed and everyone needs their hand held. Everybody needs to be told it's going to be okay like they're babies. We know what's going on here. This is a 1-4 football team. Wake up and snap out of it. Snap out of it on a Friday. I'm about to crack a Modelo right here. To snap out of this thing, we have the Bolitnikoff crab feed tonight, which is going to be outstanding. We have the Eric Allen ring ceremony, halftime. We have Shane Leckler coming to the torch. We have Tim Brown coming to the torch. And we got the Raider Nation golf tournament this weekend. We got a lot going on. So it's a good time to be a Raider fan, but I want to have a Raider fan check into the show and wake it up at 702-365-9200. It feels awful like July and August to me when it's October, live from Top Golf, courtesy of Modelo. Have a Modelo with me today, proud partner of the show. Man, I've been defending Gino all week, man. I've been really defending Gino all week. And I like Gino a lot, and he's part of our team. He's part of our Raider Nation. He loves Raider Nation, and he's really upset that he can't get it going just yet. So what we have to do is support Gino going into this game and then deal with Gino on Monday and rate his performance. I think that Gino, I've been saying this the last couple of weeks, is due to play well. The only thing that I'm very confused about is why Gino's struggling to see the field and the defenses that have been put in front of him. Did you see Jackson Dart last night? And did you see Trevor Lawrence on Monday? Let me give you the combination of what I saw with both those quarterbacks. Both those quarterbacks ran like their lives were on the line. Both those quarterbacks ran the football like they had to run the football or they were going to get fired. Now, there's no doubt that Trevor Lawrence was not going to get benched, and Jackson Dart is not going to get benched. But they ran the ball with a sense of urgency that I haven't seen from Gino this week, and I'd like to see, or this year, from Gino. I'd like to see Gino run the ball more, institute some pump fakes, and get the team going on his back. A lot of people have been saying what they have to do here. We'll talk about this with Jesse Merrick in a moment. A lot of people have been saying that, Gino's got to figure this out. But how do you think they're doing in Henderson every day? Chip Kelly's got him in meeting rooms. He's got him on the practice field. They're drawing it up. They're looking at film, and they're doing it. The problem is they're practicing against each other. They're practicing against the practice squad. They're not practicing against other NFL starting teams. So when Gino jumps into the game, the problem with Gino is we're not seeing Gino equipped quickly in these games to figure out what's in front of him. So do you think Chip should make it easier? Or do you think Chip should stick with the game plan with Geno Smith and let Gino figure it out? I don't have the answer to that, and I apologize. There often are times where I'm at a loss for words. I'm not at a loss for words, but I'm confused, and I'd like to hear from you in the Raider Nation what you would do to get Gino going again. I'd run him. I'd tell him you're running a sprint read option off the right guard and right tackle on the second play of the game, and if there's nothing there, you got to put your head into that pile and push that pile like Jalen Hurts. You got to get something going here. And Gino, so do you want to put pressure on Gino, or do you want to take the pressure off Gino? Gino can only fix Gino, as Kenny Clark says on our YouTube feed. And man, you should be watching us from YouTube here. We got a beautiful view of all of Las Vegas. I'm looking out at the Sphere. I'm looking out at Wynn. I'm looking out at the Palazzo. And I'm looking up at a lot of people who are playing golf here today as we get going. So Jesse Merrick is going to join us in a minute here, and we'll talk to him. He's got a great podcast out there, and he's doing a really nice job as an insider here. We'll have my conversation with head coach Pete Carroll coming up at 1:05. If you didn't get a chance to see that, that is living on the Raiders domains at Raiders.com. You can see that. And then Q Myers, our program director, Q and I sat down with Eric Allen, and we went on a deep dive earlier in the week, and we're going to play some of that coming up here because I'm excited. Jesse Merrick, kind enough to join us. What a great show and podcast it has going. Jesse, thank you. I'll begin. I think Gino's got to run the ball because I saw Jackson Dart run the ball, and I saw Trevor Lawrence run the ball on Monday night, and they were running like they were desperate quarterbacks with their jobs on the line. How do you see it?
Look, when you're able to get a quarterback on the field, that's strength of the defense. So much more. Give them something else to think about. And maybe just blow them up just a little bit. They can think about something a little extra. And Gino is a mobile guy. So he was good at the age. So, I think that would be a total game changer for him. If he's able to move, get out of the pocket as well, if he's going to get past him, at the line, do that, and can't get those passes fit. Obviously goes way down. But the stability factor would be huge for him. And I just think the offense, the whole thing.
Yeah, the interesting thing, Jesse, is I don't think he's not Lamar Jackson, but I think he's a very underrated athlete. I think he's a hell of an athlete. He's big, he's strong, he's not injured. He's got less tread off the tire because of the backer features. Am I missing something here where he should be moved around a little bit more? Or does Chip figure out that if he stays in a more protected pocket, he can be more dangerous to unleash his accuracy, which we haven't seen much this year?
Yeah, I mean, that career 70% range after, and he's done a lot now. I think he did correct the game against the Patriots. The one throw where he hit Michael Mayer in the middle of the field after he run over the left comes to mind there. And he pulled the defense with you to open up some of those moves. And again, get them to come out of their zone and their back neck. Obviously, you throw out of zone. So I think you do that, like I said, get them something else to think about it. And maybe just pull them a little bit more to give your receivers a bit of room. So I like putting Gino on the run, especially and what was it? It was the Commanders game. They hit that deep pass to Jacoby. That was a boost. They got him out there running. I do that, get him comfortable into a rhythm that way. I think there's something to it of when you're out constantly moving around both sorts of the deal, you just get into a little bit of the flow for him and with that movement element added into it. So I do think that is something that you can throw in there. I hadn't thought about that, but you have a really good point. To add that in and get him on the move and take advantage of that much athleticism and show the defense something that maybe they haven't put on display as much as they probably should be for the last week here.
Yeah, Jesse Merrick is so yeah. So we're past the point now where we can say that their team is pressing, right? I mean, we said that for weeks. He is pressing, but now he's kind of at this point of no return. where we can't use that as blessing anymore. And he has to come out of that, or the clock is going to be ticking in some form. I think they're going to leave Gino in because I think Gino's going to play well in this game. He gives the Raiders a really good chance to win in Kansas City when coming off a win. How do you see it?
Yeah, look, let's be completely honest. And no shade thrown at Kenny Pickett. Pickles are back locked on this roster, quarterback. There's no debate on that. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I know he's been turning the ball over. But in terms of talent and when he's on, there's nobody on this roster that can do what he knows to do. So, like, I think he's the guy for them at the very least through the bye week unless it gets really, really bad from here or continues along the same track as this. But he just has that. This staff believes in him. He's seen in the second half against the Patriots when he really lost his game. He can elevate this team. I believe he's got the fourth highest time to throw in the league right now. He's averaging like 2.97 seconds before he releases the ball. So like get that out faster because then the defense doesn't have time to react and read off of you, and you get the ball to your guys in space. We saw that a lot in training camp where the ball's coming out quick, and they've got so many athletes that can get out there and move. Get it to him quickly and give Gino, I guess, less time to think. Make the read super easy so he doesn't have to sit there, pat the ball, and give the defense time to read and react off of him. Just get that ball out fast. I think that could be a total game changer for him and this offensive mess, to be honest.
All right, Jesse Merrick joins us. So Cam Miller is an interesting player. I know as you look at that, as you look at the film on that game, that Arizona victory was one of the wildest finishes. Even Coach Carroll, when I talked to him about it, couldn't believe what happened in that game. They fumble the ball going into the end zone, just dropping it, and then they intercept the ball to win the game, and without getting hit, the player fumbles it, and it ends in the end zone, and they lose the game. But Cam Ward got going. He got cooking in the fourth quarter of that game, so he's coming in with a win and a little bit of momentum. He's been sacked more than any quarterback in the NFL. But what do you see with Cam Miller, the most recent number one pick overall?
Yeah. Look, I mean, Cam right there, like he's obviously, you don't want to give a young guy any sort of confidence. And he was so clutch in the fourth quarter of that game. I mean, he was great on the intermediate throws. He had a clean pass that went into
His guest Raider Insider will talk about his podcast and his stream coming up momentarily. I never liked at any point in the season the fact that Caillou Blue Kelly and Darian Porter were probably going to play a decent amount because I just don't think they're good enough yet. Yeah. Don't have the experience. But I understand why John Spytek and Pete Carroll want to play them. They're good, talented players. Yeah. They bursted in camp. You and I stood there at camp. They practice well. And you gotta build cornerback some way, or you're gonna have to live in free agency and go do it. Eric Stokes coming back helps with his experience here, but I just don't want to see a beat touchdown every game by one of the corners there, where they're just gonna play a soft zone. Someone's going to peel off them towards the end zone. You're going to count on a safety coming over to help who might be late. We've seen enough of that, man. That's got to be tightened up by Patrick Graham and the staff.
No, it definitely does. And I think, again, it's probably not talked about enough that Isaiah Paul needs to do better on the back end to make sure, like, look, to be able to make his corners right the other day. No matter if it's the corner small, whoever it is, like, the safety has to be the deepest of the deepest of everyone back there to be able to stop those big plays from happening. But I really liked what I saw from Caillou in training camp and everything like that. I've been testing him a ton. I believe he's been targeted 27 times right now.
See, so what do you think? What have you been talking about on your podcast and your stream? What does Jesse Merrick think is the key to a Raiders victory so they can turn this momentum around?
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, and it's so cliche, but run the football. They've done a good job of doing that the last couple of weeks. They're third in the league right now with 2 weeks on the he and
See, tell them they can find you, all your social media, your podcast, that thing you're streaming. It's great work. I really appreciate it. Where can we get it?
Yeah, thanks, man. Hit us up on silverandblacksportsnetwork.com. There you can subscribe to our newsletter that drops every Monday and Friday. On Monday, obviously, we're going to deep dive into the game itself. And then on Friday, we're diving into all the matchups to watch heading into the biggest lines of the week. So
Thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it. I'll see you over the weekend. Thank you so much.
yeah, all right.
You got it. That is Jesse Merrick, who did a beautiful job there from his podcast, everything that he's doing. Please follow him. And if you're watching on our live stream, you can see the super fans. We have the super fans here. We got a great turnout as we are live from Top Golf, brought to you by Modelo, the fighting spirit of Modelo, proud partner of the show. So when we come back, we got a lot more to get to, but we want to hear from Raider fans. So on Friday, I call this Raiders roll call. So what I like to do is hear from New Jersey, Florida, Illinois, the Pacific Northwest, wherever you are. We just gave you the monologue. We just gave you an opening guest a little bit later on, Pete Carroll, in a half an hour, as we are live from Top Golf. What a great place to be. So, Danny, let's fire it away. We'll come back on the other side. We'll open up the phones for everybody else. 702-365-9200. Violator will join me. Violator will jump in and join me in a little bit, and we'll get to that. And thanks for joining us today. I have my bucket of Modelo's on a Friday, and we're thrilled to have you here live. Come on down for lunch if you're in Vegas and enjoying us from Top Golf. Yeah, the stream microphone sucks. It just sucks.
You're something. So those you found from playoff don't mean we have football team. That just means we have got
Good morning, tailgates. Weekdays at 7 a.m. on Raider Nation Radio, 9:20 a.m.
Wood Gaming is the official and exclusive local casino partner of the Las Vegas Raiders and Allegiant Stadium. Bring your friends, have some fun, but always bet on black. Visit their 10 casinos across the valley. Don't let the game get out of hand. Please bet responsibly. It's JT. Grimaldi's is hands down my favorite pizza in Vegas. Only at Grimaldi's can you get the famous New York style full fire pickup and pizza. Grimaldi's has 4 locations in the Vegas Valley, or check them out online at grimaldispizzeria.com. Raider Nation, it's JT. I'm partnered with Charles Woodson and his Woodson Whiskey. It's the official bourbon whiskey of the Black Hole and the Las Vegas Raiders. If it wasn't your game day whiskey, it is now. Raise a bottle at your next tailgate and toast to the silver and black. The limited edition Black Hole bottle is now available at WoodsonWhiskey.com. Use the promo code JT at checkout for 15% off. That's WoodsonWhiskey.com, the official whiskey of Raider Nation. Please celebrate responsibly.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, and anxiety meds? Yeah, it's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky and may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou, 800-345-2789. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-345-2789. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-345-2789. Big Lou will answer your call and look to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-345-2789 or BigLou.com.
Meet Barkley. When Barkley smells gas, he leaves fast. When Barkley hears hissing coming from a gas appliance, he leaves fast. When Barkley sees dirt or water shooting from the ground, he leaves fast. Barkley then calls 911 and Southwest Gas from a safe location.
Trying to get the phone so it's all what's going on. Just text me for that phone. Get ready. Wait, 5 minutes. I'm telling me, yeah. I want to have wild. I want to. 42! Let's bring back to the first line this year! Cornell wants to stay!
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show. Brought to you by PTs, the best happy hour in town, 5 to 7 p.m. and midnight to 2 a.m.
Yes, JT back with you. We're live from Top Golf here in beautiful Las Vegas. Kind of a fun, sticky, humid day a little bit here, which we haven't had in a while, and we'll get to Violator momentarily. We want to get your phone calls. I want to hear where you're calling in from all over the country. Let us know where you're from as you call in, 702-365-9200. We want to kind of get a Raider roll call going today, get some people excited about the opportunity that we have to have a home game and turn this season around. River Raider has been great. You're jumping first. What's happening?
Hey, it's kind of sticky here too in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, JB. But I wanted to call. I want to call you back. My cousin Benny, the girlfriend there, I'm feeling like her. It's my biological clock is ticking here, JT. We need a win. We need a win. I want to have a bucket of Modelo with my stuff and like contemplate sinking the Titanic this week. I hope to come off big. I'm asking, we're just two. I think we ought to score 34 points and hold them in the low 20s. So, like, you want a prediction? I think the Raiders got to go off big this week. I want 34 points. And I know, the realists are going to say, yeah. Well, you know what? It happens all the time in the NFL. The players click, games click. Chris scored 23.
Thank you, bro.
I'm with you. I was Tuesday 18. I think you're spot on. He knows he's just got his head inside his helmet to get that ball where it needs to go. He plays scratch football, just like he's in the schoolyard. Those guys need to get in that huddle and need to feel like, yeah, Tino's got this, and he needs to get that ball and get outside and run a little, do that RPO thing. I think he's spot on there. When the Raiders are hot, the Raiders are great to watch. The NFL is better when the Raiders are better. And we owe it to the rest of the world to be the Raiders we know we can be. Somebody said to me the other day, well, your record is what you are. And I said, yeah, we're Raiders. That's what we are. We're Raiders. And I remember the day when if you didn't go into the locker room at halftime behind, that's when you were concerned, because I know that if we're down at halftime, we're going to win the game.
All right, River Raider.
Remember those days.
River Raider. Beginning, middle, and end to your phone call. Thank you. Beginning, middle, and end to your phone call. Thanks for getting us started. Phones have been lame lately. Everybody's kind of feeling summertime. They're feeling sorry for themselves. Not my great friend. It's almost 30 years since I've been friends with Violator, who joins us on the flagship here, courtesy of Modelo, the Black Hole, everything that he's a part of. Good to see you, my friend.
Always a pleasure, brother. Listen, God bless you for doing what you're doing, keeping that positive attitude. We need that kind of vibe in Raider Nation. Right now, we're all frustrated. Now, I'm saying to you out there watching this, I'm right up here with frustration. You're talking decades of frustration. Whatever it is, we as fans will never know exactly, but fix it. Get it right. There's too many people riding on the ups and downs of this team. Me being one of them personally. Let's get our act together. We've got too much talent amassed on this squad to be looking like Keystone Cops out there. Let's go play Raider football. You talk about physicality, don't talk about it, be about it. Pass the eye test, because that's all I can give you is the eye test, and I'm watching. I'm watching intently, and I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Get it fixed.
Violator, you're not a whiner. You understand when the team is not playing well. I've been saying this comes down to a couple of things. It comes down to the quarterback play. It shouldn't take till week 5 or 6 to get this quarterback going. He's been a good quarterback for several years in a row. What do we need to do to get Gino moving in this game so Gino can remain the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders?
I'm going to put it to you in layman terms. I'm not out there on the coaching staff. Move Gino out of the pocket, since that seems to be where our defenders always attack him, right in the pocket. Get him out in space. Get Genty out in space. You got space plus speed equals progress. All we need you to do, move the change and do it consistently where the defense can come out with fresh legs when they got to be on the field and inflict pain. Let's quit playing around. This is not Pop Warner. This is Raider football we're talking about. And there's a standard, and we're not accepting what we're being put out there on the field.
Violator is our guest. Got to ask you also about the zone. There's too much zone for me. You're hanging over the front row. You're there. You see the deep end set. You see what happens here with the opposing tight end. The receivers coming across the middle of the field. We need some Skip Thomas stuff here. We need some George Atkinson. If you come over the middle of the field, you're going to pay for it. How do you see it?
Exactly. I love that segue. We were talking about the physicality. When you play zone, you're playing scared.
You're letting a nice quarterback, and we've had some elite ones that we face that just pick the defense apart and make us look like we're kindergarten out there. Get man to man, let each man guard a man, then you know who's not doing their job and who is doing their job. Trust me, we know, but we don't have a voice per se. But I'm going to say this. We've been hearing about physicality all preseason, all training camp, and we saw some of it. Did you guys pack it away? Then unpack that, and it's time to put physicality on and get to work.
Violator is our guest. This is exactly what we needed. We need to set the tone differently coming into this game. Special teams. Clean up special teams for me, Violator. What do you see from ground level, and what needs to happen to make special teams an asset instead of a liability?
Let's go back to the X's and O's on the dirt. Everybody has a lane on punts and kickoffs. Stay in your damn lane. If everybody's doing their job, ain't nobody breaking no big runs against us like they've been doing. That's got to stop. That's too embarrassing. That's too embarrassing. Are you kidding me? Sandlot, we know how to. Everybody stays in a lane. Everybody's got a man. Hit your man, block your man, and knock the hell out of the guy that's got the ball. Are you kidding me right now? Call special teams. Huh? Put some pelts on the wall.
Yeah, I agree with the put the pelts on the wall philosophy. And then the last thing as we wrap this up, the fans. I'm on the front line. You are on I'm on the front line, but we send you in behind enemy lines. You are someone that goes behind enemy lines to get us some information and bring it back. I understand fans are upset. I understand fans are down. We need to kind of wake some fans up here, especially the adult men who are listening to this show, and tell them, hey, we get what's happening with the score. We get what's happening with the injuries. Now it's time to bond together. Bring this fan base together for me.
We've been preaching this and planting seeds for 30 years about the brotherhood and the fellowship that should be anybody and everybody who puts on these colors. That's what it's about. Mr. Davis did not make a mistake when he designed that shield with one eye. When you're strong together, all you need is one eye showing you the way. Walk to the light. Raider Nation, let's get rid of this BS, this high school BS that we're dealing with. Territorial BS. And I'm putting it out there, and you know what I'm talking about. It's enough of that. We've got youngsters that we're trying to influence the Raider way, and that is not it. So we lock arms together or walk the plank. You're not one of us.
Finally, someone says what I can't get away with because I'm not Violator. You're either with us or you're against us. You're either with the Raider Nation or you're not. We're fighting off Denver, Kansas City. The Patriots hate us. A lot of teams don't like the Raiders as a level of jealousy. Plus, they don't have what we have with the Black Hole. It's an important message to tell the fans. We got a lifetime membership in the Black Hole. We're trying to bring new people into the Black Hole. We're trying to bring youngsters into the Black Hole. They don't want to see men whimpering and complaining in the tailgate that we're not what we need to be. Everybody knows where we need to be. We'll get there.
Patience and keep the faith. And I know everybody snickers when they hear patience. But if you ain't got it, you better get some. Because this ain't going to happen overnight. And granted, it's been long enough. And we all know what I'm talking about. It's been way long enough. Let's get our act together and not be the laughing stock of the NFL.
One more thing I want to say. I really needed this. I really needed that pep talk because I wasn't getting it done. I was not getting it done on my platform enough. I'm dealing with sniveling, whining, not everybody, just a small group of people. And my wife said, stop looking at that sewer of social media. Don't look at it. Ring yourself around productive people who have love and passion and want to win. We're going to the Bolitnikov event tonight. We got Eric Allen getting his Hall of Fame ring on Sunday. We got an opportunity to come together, Violator. It's all of us coming together, not tearing us apart from within.
That's the worst. When you tear yourself apart from within, the enemy sits back and laughs at it. We've got the best fan base in sports, bar none. Decades of it. And I'm telling you, as long as we're around, it's not going to stop. This is what we do. This is who we are. Damn it, are you a Raider or aren't you? Answer that question.
Unbelievable. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it very much. What else you guys got lined up this weekend? So you got, is there no Carnival Court this weekend? So what do we have going on? Because you got the new team store, the Black Hole. Tell us about that.
You must stop by the Black Hole store. It's officially open. Go in there, get your gear, sign up for your lifetime membership, and enjoy the perks. This is what you call next level fandom. If you want to be a part of it, go and get your gear, sign up, and let's move this ship to where we got to go. Saturday night, we'll see you either at the Eye Candy or Troy Bar. Sunday, you know what time it is. I want every Raider fan that's coming or watching at home. Let's clock in, give that positive energy to the team. Because, damn it, we're in this together. Let's go, Raiders.
Let me tell you, that was one of the most important conversations I've ever had with this good friend of mine. And it reminds me of when we had cigars on the cruise and we were talking from the heart. We'll be on the Raider fan cruise again, which I'm very excited about.
Good stuff.
When we come back, we'll preview my conversation with Pete Carroll coming up at the top of the hour, the head coach of the Silver and Black. I'm going to send him that violator interview next week. Hopefully, Coach can play that at the team meeting as we arrive here at Top Golf. Thanks to Modelo, our proud partner. When we come back, my conversation with the head coach at the top of the hour, plus Raider roll call. We got about another 10, 15 minutes to hear from you. 702-365-9200 is the number. Also brought to you by Tito's Handmade Vodka. Put Tito's on your list. It's my favorite go-to vodka. Tito's Vodka, proud partner of the show. Good. Very not likely, man. That would be hard to say. Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of all over it here today. There we go. A little bit better. Yeah, sorry about a little of this technical issues, guys, but you know what's going on. We're in the middle of a big event here, so hope you enjoy it. I'll keep this going to the top of the hour. All right, Danny, so you know what we got? The front leg, I'll throw the big Carroll and take those calls first with Snow Raider, LA Raider, Golf Gang Raider. Yes. And then we'll go from there. Well, you just get my ear. Get my ear at 2 minutes. Just get my ear to. Yeah. Got. So. So the Dodgers rushing out past Orion Tuckering, who stands with his hands on his knees, bent over.
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show.
All right, raise your hands if you're a Dodger fan. How many Dodger fans do we have here? That was a chicken blank way to win a game. Are you kidding me? The Dodgers won the game on a ground ball back to the pitcher, where the pitcher bobbled it and had 10 minutes to throw it to first base, and he throws it to the San Fernando Valley. I was just thinking of Harry Ruiz, who's one of our subscribers, one of the guys that I love, Harry Ruiz. Where is he? How does Harry Ruiz feel that the Dodgers advanced with spraying Budweiser all over, acting like children, that they won a game because the pitcher in Little League T-ball couldn't throw the ball to first base? I'm telling you, Dodger fans are so bleeping lucky. You are so lucky. But hey, you need a little luck in the postseason. My Yankees have none. My Yankees are long gone from the postseason. Snow Raider, you're up next on the flagship. What's happening?
15 team next, Danny Cubs win. Shut up, beat to the black hole out there. Look at Jake Harrison, half ball win. So you won a Thursday. Houston winning, 12 turnovers. That means special team, they win in turnover battle. Not just Gino throwing picks, brother fumbles. The whole team, no turnovers. Tennessee gives up 150 yard average and 28 points average a game. I think we can get the run going, get some touchdowns. It's going to be good. They're 31st in the NFL, only scoring 14.6. I think our defense will play well, not put in bad situations with those turnovers that keep popping up. Then today you want to know who's going to win and what's going to score. I got Raiders 24, Tennessee 17. Go Raiders!
Appreciate the call, my friend. Thanks for the support. I really believe the Raiders could win this game going away, but they're going to have to put the game away late. They're going to have to put the game away late. And by the way, that I think it's going to have to be Geno. Look, man, I am not shying away from Geno Smith. I'm putting this right on Geno Smith because I want to see Geno do well. I'm not saying, hey, man, let's forget about Geno and play a conservative game. No, I'm saying just the opposite. Put the game in Geno's hands. Put the game in Geno's hands and let Geno go win it. And if he can't, we're going to move on at some point. I don't want to move on from Geno. I'm looking into the camera on YouTube, JT the Brick YT. I'm behind Geno, but I'm amping up the pressure for Geno to play better because he can handle it. LA Raider. What a great name to have. LA Raider checking in. Go ahead.
Thank you for the call. Thank you, Ben. And go Raiders. I make those 2 minutes. Appreciate it. Everything. Tough, you just leave those stuff alone. Go back to what we used to do. We used to do it well. We have the big orders. Let them put that big body on these receivers. Bump these guys. Call. Run the ball. Tough. O-line come together. Play like you're angry. Play like you read everything they hear about you on Twitter and everything that you see about you on social media. Coaches, coach like you're reading everything that all of your fans saying about you. They'll hate you, but you guys are not coaching right. You guys aren't playing hard enough. You feel like you're playing out of position. Everybody feels confused. Everybody get on the same page. Go out there and brush some stuff up.
Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. We'll get to your calls on the other side. Appreciate everybody. Hour number 1 on Raider Nation Radio. That worked out nice. We got a great crowd now brewing in here. Lunch is an interesting time. The whole crew from Modelo came here. I want to thank my brothers and sisters at Modelo. What a partnership. Our great friends from the Black Hole, who are unbelievable. A lot of friends who are born into town, and friends from the Raider organization that came here for lunch. So I greatly appreciate that. Here's what we got, hour number 2. I'll reset at the top of the hour. A couple of keys to the game. Then we're going to have Pete Carroll. My weekly sit down with Pete Carroll, brought to you by the Castaverdi Law Group. You get into an accident or injured, Brothers Win. BrothersWin.com. And then Q Myers and Eric Allen on a deep dive into the Raider problem so far and how the Raiders turn it around. JT live from Top Golf right here in Las Vegas. The sun is out. It's a big weekend. We got you covered here. Courtesy of Modelo and the Black Hole on Raider Nation Radio. Thanks, everybody. I'm out of here. You were great. Appreciate it. You got a little violator. You got a couple of cool segments. You want to listen to the rest of the show? Raider Nation Radio. Appreciate the bricklayers. You're unbelievable. The bricklayers. Love you all. The bricklayers.